Sophia, that argument doesn't hold. It will be impunity if the government decides to defy court orders. The court has pronounced itself very clearly on this particular matter. It did not just drop at the Supreme Court. It has gone through the other lower courts to get to the point where the matter went to the Supreme Court. But remember, since 1997, that is the last time that teachers got a negotiated increase, which there has been problems in implementation. 1997 is a long time ago, where when many of our viewers were probably still in primary school. I was a teacher at that time in 1997. And I still remember the time when teachers got that substantial increment during the Moi days.
Right.
From 1997 to date, teachers have not had the increment that they deserve. Annually, the government budgets to increase employee salaries by 4% to adjust for inflation. In the private sector, it's usually much more generous. It could be 10% or 11%, mostly in the corporate sector. Teachers have not benefited from this in the last 18 years. And that is why a reasonable increment came to the 50 to 60%, because if you take 4% per annum for this number of years, it comes to the 50, 60%, unlike the 300% that teachers had asked for initially. So it is very reasonable. And if there was any other employee in the public sector who has suffered a similar fate, that in the last 18 years, their salaries have not even been adjusted to cater for inflation, then they've got a case. It is not an issue of Pandora's box.
We've had it said that if they get this increment, then they will be getting more than others in the public sector on the same job groups.
It is, there's something SRC has been talking about called job evaluation. And rationalization, which has taken forever. But you don't need to be a rocket scientist to attempt to estimate the worth of a teacher's job. Teachers play a very, very significant and a very, very important role in this country. At the end of the day, there will never be absolute parity when it comes to remuneration. Sophia, you and fellow presenters, you'll find certain differences even in your remuneration.
Yeah.
And that comes as a result of
hundreds of thousands of them.
Yes, yes. And so you cannot begrudge the teachers their right to that increment simply because there are other people also who are downtrodden. You do not take away from somebody so that you can make them equal to someone down there. You do not reduce, you do not take away their right. The bottom line is that the government has got no option but to pay teachers. What I would love to see is not all these heroics or these accountants we are hearing in setting up a cabinet and getting an accountant and making him the Minister for Finance. You know, he's aloof, he's unaware of the political implications of some of the things he's saying. He's speaking like a typical accountant, that I have no money.
Isn't that his job? Isn't he supposed to be politicizing issues or telling you what is happening and what he can and cannot do?
Let me tell you, Sophia, what I would have expected the Cabinet Secretary to be saying. He would be discussing with Parliament, with the Budget Committee. Let us try and find a solution. Unfortunately, it has not come to the public domain that is doing that. All he has said is that we have no money, and if we are to pay you, we shall increase taxes, or we shall reduce money that goes to counties, which is a constitutional impossibility. He's misleading this country. He's trying to paint a picture that if we pay teachers an additional salary, then everyone else will suffer and taxes will go up. That is wrong. He should be offering solutions rather than just giving us the accountancy speak.